Local comic on the rise. Give them all your love. Jaimie Daly, everybody. Jaimie Daly.
How you guys doing tonight? My name is Jaimie. I'm from Halifax, and I currently live in the basement of my mom's house, like most successful 26-year-olds. Anyways, I recently just visited one of the whitest places on earth. You could just tell by looking at the parking lot. Everyone drove an SUV with a Starbucks coffee in the cup holder, and everyone was wearing clothes from LL Bean. That's right, I was at the Trader Joe's organic grocery store in Newton. Other Trader Joe's locations include Brookline, Arlington, and Needham. All of these towns are overflowing with cultural diversity. You will find a Trader Joe's in Brockton, Lawrence, or Springfield. Their slogan should be, Trader Joe's, we stay away from the Negroes. So I'm actually shopping inside Trader Joe's, and I'm thinking to myself, if this food's supposed to be so good for you, then why does everybody in here look like they're about to die? I mean, these people are one step away from being fed by a tube. I mean, I don't know if you ever noticed, but yuppies love to buy organic foods. They say they don't like chemicals entering their bodies. Aren't these the same fucking people who have to take 200 milligrams of Zoloft a day because they have obsessive compulsive disorder? And they can't stop washing their hands with antibacterial soap? I mean, yuppies are petrified of germs. Germs are almost as frightening as being lost in Mattapan. So unlike most comics, I actually work out and I try to go to the gym a lot. And when I go to the gym, I have a workout partner, and he's a pretty big guy, but he never works out his legs, which is fine by me. But then he gets mad at me when I ask him for a spot when I do squats. I swear, people in wheelchairs can be so stubborn sometimes. What the hell, Oh man. So. One of my problems is, that I always have good intentions, but I manage to screw things up. For example, my great aunt recently just had a stroke, so she's been real depressed and miserable. So I tried to cheer her up. I told her world was full of opportunities. I told her she should become a ventriloquist because talking out of the side of her mouth comes so naturally. You haven't seen it yet. Anyway, this type of same thing, happens at my work too. I actually work with the mentally retarded, and last week I felt really bad because one of the retarded people found out he got AIDS through sexual intercourse. And when I first found out, I couldn't understand why, because everybody, including myself, had lectured him on the importance of safe sex and wearing protection. He said he was wearing protection. He was wearing his helmet the whole time like he always does. Now, I don't know if this happens at your job or not, but everybody in my work is always doing these fundraising events for charities by doing walks and bicycle rides or something else. And you try to be a nice guy at first and you pledge a couple bucks, but after a while you have to draw a line somewhere. But when you finally tell someone you're not interested, they get mad at you, and all of a sudden you're an insensitive asshole. One woman comes up to my work, she's like, "Come on, Jaimie, sponsor my walk for hunger." What the hell is walking for hunger anyway? Here's a radical idea. How about cooking for hunger? Then there's the walk for MS. Correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't MS eventually cripple you? So walking for MS, wouldn't that be kind of like trick-or-treating for diabetes? I mean, using this logic, I started 2 new fundraisers myself. These fundraisers happen every weekend. They're called Getting Drunk for Hepatitis and Smoking for Emphysema. Well, as you ladies can probably tell, tonight I am very sexually active with myself. And that's why I wanted to share with everybody about a story about my first time ever masturbating. Common sense might dictate that when a male masturbates, he uses his hands to pleasure himself. Not in my case, I was a young man, and I was wearing tighty-whitey briefs at the time. And I started humping the mattress of the bed while giving myself a wedgie and kissing the pillow. And this is how I, masturbated the first couple of times. Well, I eventually learned through trial and error that using your hand was much easier, and it didn't ruin your underwear. Well, I was thinking to myself a couple of weeks ago, I'm like, I wonder if the old method of masturbating still works. So there I was again, I gave myself a wedgie, and I started humping the mattress of the bed, and this felt pretty good, but for some reason I couldn't climax, I couldn't come. I guess it just felt weird, knowing that the salesman from Jordan's Furniture was staring at me the whole time. What the hell, don't they have anything fucking better to do? So I guess I've always been kind of a strange kid. Ever since high school. One year I actually entered the talent show. I entered as a magician, but I could only perform one trick. The trick was that I could magically transform an anteater into a mushroom. And the people in the audience were bewildered by this, So I got up on the stage and I performed my trick. I pulled down my pants, I pulled down my underwear, I said, "Here's your anteater." I rolled back my foreskin and said, "Now it's a mushroom." The last time I told that joke, everybody in the audience was disgusted with me. Is anybody here a proud owner of foreskin? Well, you don't have to raise your hands all at once, It's not something people usually flaunt, As a matter of fact, when I was younger, I was ashamed of my foreskin, but I finally learned to, to accept it. And that's why today I wanted to thank Father Thomas for teaching me that my foreskin was so special. I just wanted to say thank you. I enjoy being in my 20s and dating a lot, but I actually like to date girls with problems, I find it more challenging. I used to date this girl who was narcoleptic. I actually lied to her and told her I was a narcoleptic too. The truth is I just like taking a lot of naps. I thought we'd be the perfect couple. Well, in the beginning of the relationship, I would get aggravated because she would fall asleep while we were having sex. I thought there's something wrong with my performance or something, I'm starting to get worried. Well, one night she was giving me oral sex, and she fell asleep while my penis was the side of her mouth. But she kept continuing to suck on my penis like it was a giant thumb or something, and this felt fucking great. However, I also learned that night that she grinds her teeth in her sleep. How do you think I felt? She nearly circumcised me. All right, folks, thank you very much. That's my time.
Jaimie Daly, one more time, everybody.